Never? Why not?
Because I'm a Pisces. I can hear it all the way from here.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Betamax. My name is Fidel, and joining me as always is Eddie and Birdie. What's up, guys?
Hello, my beautiful Fidel.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
What's up, kings?
What's up, kings?
How you doing, my king?
Wow.
Is it a Beta King podcast or what?
Hell yeah.
Beta King?
So what do you guys think of the soundboard so far?
It's tight. I
It's
feel like
whatever,
it's... Huh?
I
I feel like it's less hassle for you, so that's good.
It
It
looks
is.
cool.
Yeah, it's tight. I like that I'm the only one that can hear it because you guys don't like wearing headphones.
Yeah, because we're scared of our own voices.
Pussies.
Yeah.
That's so not punk.
So, the last episode...
Wait. I want to mention something before I forget.
Do it.
What's
It's
up?
something that I've been wanting to say.
My bad, go ahead. For the past what?
Eddie's a PP.
Penis.
Damn.
No. All right. The Betamax Instagram.
Yes.
That's all Fidel.
Yes.
I don't even have one.
I don't go on there. I don't even know the password. Everything that's posted on there it's all you. It's all Fidel.
Yeah, I thought people knew that.
And people don't.
Really?
Because they always hit me up. Oh, what did you think about that movie? I'm like, what movie? Like, they'll see the post before I do.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I have no idea. Like, yeah, everything is that this is Fidel's baby. So
Yeah, I'm the one that runs everything.
clear. Yeah. So if you post a movie, talk to Fidel about it because I probably haven't seen it.
No, don't talk to me. Talk to Birdie on his Instagram.
That's what's up.
It's Betamax Ықт요яtศั.
No, yeah, it's on me. I thought people knew that. That's crazy.
Now, if you were like, someone hit me up. Oh, you saw Bo is dead? Or Bo is afraid? Bo is dead. I'm like, no. And I didn't know it until they told me. Like, oh, no, that's Fidel.
Damn. Maybe I should put that in the bio that it's on me, so people know.
Yeah, I assumed everyone knew, but I guess not.
Yeah, I assumed everybody knew too. So, before I was rudely interrupted with some useless information.
Useless.
Yeah. Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. That's what's up. I like that name.
Excuse me.
So last week we ended with giving each other homework assignments
Yeah.
per Birdie's idea.
Yeah.
Did we all do our homework assignments?
I did.
I did too.
Did you kings do it?
I think I was the first one to do it actually.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you knocked it out right away, dude.
Yeah. I
No.
would have. I would have.
No.
I would have.
I watched my movies before you. So I did first.
Yeah? Fuck you.
Right now?
Right now?
Bet.
Well, because I watched one on the Monday since I was
On
off.
the Monday.
On the Monday. Since I was off, and the other one I was waiting for Eddie to drop off the entire week.
All right, you lagged one day too, though.
What are you talking about?
I said I'll drop it off, and then you're like, "Hey, do you know what time you're gonna be here?" I'm like, "Well, I'm eating. I'll head over." And you're like,
Because you said you're going to come over after work.
"No."
That's what you said.
And I said, "I'm gonna go home.
No, you didn't tell me that. Fucking liar.
I'm gonna bring up the messages."
All right, hey, receipts, homie, receipts.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Meanwhile, this episode is brought to you by Who Am You merchandise. Now, shout out to Jimmy for dropping off some shirts, even though he gave me the wrong size. Fuck you, Jimmy.
All right, you said, "Are you gonna bring the movie?" I said, "If you want, I can do it later. I'm at the dealership. I've been here for a few hours." And you said, "Tonight's the only chance I'm gonna be able to watch it before
Yeah, that was
Sunday."
Friday.
And I said, "All right, are you home? Sorry, I didn't plan on being here this late. This shit's frustrating." He said, "Yeah, no worries." And
That was the day you
wait, that's not the day you canceled.
Yeah.
Wrong one.
Damn, see? Can't even bring up the right receipt, homie. Return denied.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Yeah, see? See?
Hey, erase all this.
You know what? We
Edited
we,
it.
we salute an accountability king.
That's right,
What's up?
king.
That's what's up.
Yeah. We're all about kings of growth.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
You know, I learned my lesson.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
A real king does.
Yeah, suck my dick now. And anyway, but I finally watched it because you finally came over to watch. Okay, let's start off with who? With Birdie, since it was his idea.
Okay.
You take the lead.
Okay. My by the way, if you guys want to keep doing this, we can, but we don't have to make it like a whole episode thing.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I know. I do what I want.
You could just like say a few things.
Yeah.
Because the main reason I did this because I want to get back in the groove of like paying attention to what's on the screen.
Yeah.
It holds you like accountable to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, feel free to interject on whatever dumb shit I have to say.
Okay.
And I had two. One of the one suggested by you was
Lame.
Really?
was Dog Soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
and the one suggested by Eddie was The Color of Pomegranates. I'll talk about Dog Soldiers first. I had no knowledge of this movie.
Yeah.
I haven't even run into it on YouTube because I'm always on there, and like I've never heard of it. Like I just heard you and Eddie talking about it, like, oh, Dog Soldiers is tight. Bro.
It's very much a hidden gem.
Yeah, I did.
And and then when I watched it, when I saw the cover, I was like, ooh, this looks serious. Like this looks like a fucking badass action movie or like a monster movie or something. And like I said, I'd never seen a trailer. I'd never even read the synopsis. Like nothing about it. Just the cover of the steelbook you have.
Yeah.
And you guys saying that it's cool. And then I watched it and I was like, what the hell is this? This is not serious at all. This is like, it was serious. Like it was cool. But it was like such a gnarly B movie to me. Like it was like all over the place. It was like funny
Yeah.
and scary and full of action, and like the way they filmed it with like old film cameras. Like I could tell it was like a Sony handheld camera that they were probably using or some shit. And like a lot of the acting was like not the shit. Like a lot of the actors were like I would see them and I'd be like, you kind of delivered that line kind of shitty, dude.
Yeah.
But it was fucking tight, dude. Like it was fucking dope. It was a dope ass fucking weird werewolf movie.
Yeah.
Like the opening scene was tight. Like the whole camping scene where like fucking lady gets ripped in half and shit, and a lot of the gore and the effects, like it reminded me a lot of like Brain Dead.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. But I had no idea it was a fucking British like movie either. And it was like a strictly British like made movie. Like it was a British
Yeah.
production, it was, like British director, like British actors, like it was all British. But I enjoyed it like from the beginning to end. Like it's such a, like Eddie said, it's such a good ass hidden gem, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Like I couldn't believe I never heard of it. And it's funny because like after I heard of it, I looked into it more, and it came out like right before like a lot of horror movies started taking off again, which was cool. And then it kind of had this aesthetic to me, the same as like 28 Days Later, because it was a lot of shaky cam, a lot of like on handheld cams and like POVs and shit. So it was pretty tight. It was pretty tight. I'm glad you suggested that one because that was pretty gnarly.
It's funny that you bring up 28 Days Later because I haven't actually seen this movie in a long time, but I used to watch it all the time because I had it on VHS.
Dog Soldiers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, and I would always watch it along with 28 Days Later because they felt so similar to me in style.
Yeah, it's so funny because after I watched it, I was like, man, if I was such a dumbass like dork that was like super into Marvel movies, I'd be like, oh, this is probably taking place in the same universe as like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I just took it for what it was, but it was fucking tight, dude. I guess they did a Blu-ray release.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because I was looking into it and they did like a limited Blu-ray release, but I didn't even look it up because.
Yeah, Second Sight Films released it.
Oh,
yeah?
Really? Is that the one you have?
Mm-hmm.
Because I only have the Steelbook DVD.
Yeah, no, yeah, they remastered it and everything. And it looks fucking. They have a really cool cover for it, but yeah.
Yeah, well, this movie's pretty well respected on like
Yeah.
the horror genre. Like a lot of people are like, man, it's one of my fucking favorite movies ever. Like I even looked on YouTube because I was like, after I watched the movie, I was like, I wonder what the trailer looks like. But I didn't even ended up looking at the trailer because I just found a bunch of people talking about how good it is and how it's such a like under the radar movie. Like nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that's what's crazy too. Like you said, nobody talks about it. Like I don't see anybody really talking about it unless you search for somebody that's talking about it. Then that's when you see it. But yeah, like I don't see anybody talking about it, and the people that do talk about it, like they hold it a pretty high regard.
Yeah, which must have been something back in the day, back when like it came out in 2002. So like I don't know, DVD and VHS was still popping off, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of people were like just at home, like, fuck, put it on, dude. That movie's so sick.
Yeah, like I said, I had it on VHS. It was part of that massive VHS collection I used to have. So,
That's tight.
yeah,
But great movie overall. I'm glad I watched it.
that's what's up.
The other movie that I was assigned by Eddie, which was the color of pomegranates, completely different. Completely like Dog Soldiers is Earth, and the color of pomegranates is fucking, I don't know, Jupiter. It's like
Because it's stupider or what?
like it's like a whole different thing. But
yeah. This one I have no knowledge of. I haven't seen it.
How are you even going to talk about this movie, dude?
it's really hard because even after I was watching it, I was like trying to make notes, and I was just like, I don't even know how to talk about this fucking movie.
You can't, dude.
Yeah.
It's like talking about the Holy Mountain or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just it's an experience, and that's like the only way. Like,
Yeah.
The only way to describe it.
Yeah.
it's literally like what you're watching a poem through images.
Yeah, because I had first heard of this movie. I was on the internet, and like sometimes when I'm like on YouTube, I'll just look up random clips of like, I don't know, whatever films that I haven't heard of, and there's like a shitload. That's why I'm so happy I got Letterboxd. Like I downloaded that thing because like I have like a lot of the movies that I never heard of like on there, and
Helps you keep track of shit.
yeah, like there's like a couple movies on here. Like there's a movie called Violet that I never heard of. There's a movie called An Elephant Sitting Still that I'd never heard of. 2046, which is like a Korean sci-fi like noir movie made like in the 90s, which is fucking gnarly. Yeah, but like sometimes I'll look up and I'll like, oh, I better add that to my list because I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had seen like a clip of like the color of pomegranates of like this lady, like she looked so stunning to me, and she was like making movements like with her hand with like a fabric in her hand, and I was like, oh, it looks so beautiful. And yeah, Eddie had suggested it to me, and then I had bought the Criterion collection Blu-ray because I noticed that it was on there, and I was just like, I have a feeling this is a movie that I'm just gonna want to have it physically.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling it's gonna be so beautiful. And yeah, I mean, it like it's true. Like after I watched it, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is one of those beautiful movies I've ever seen, like in my life. Like, and it's on the same class as like Eddie mentioned, like a Jodorowsky surrealist film, because like the film itself was made as a biopic of this poet. Well, I always forget his name, so I have to look it up. His name is Sayat Nova, which he was an Armenian poet from like the 18th century, and the guy who made the movie was like super in love with like his poetry, like super like oh my god, I can see the images in my head as I read these poems, you know, which is so beautiful because I remember getting into poetry, and just like I remember my English teacher who first got me into poetry, like making me understand the structure of poems and what they mean, and which each line resonates with you, and how like shit, like basic shit like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I remember also like getting into poetry to the point where I would read other poetry books from the library, and I'd be like, oh, I can see the images in my head, and it's so tight. And I feel like this is what that guy went through. Like he was just reading these poems from like Soya Nova, and like he was just like, oh man, this is beautiful. I had to put this on a film roll, you know. And it's pretty praised by like cinematographers from the era that it came out, because a lot of people weren't making films like that, you know. Like I said, they were like the guy who made it was on the same class as like Jodorowsky, and like they were the guys that were like, well, we don't want to make Hollywood movies, you know. We want to make movies that really question your spirituality and your way of thinking and the way you perceive life. And of course, Hollywood isn't going to make that, unless it's going to make like $1 million or something. But these guys were like, we're not like on a whole different level. But another thing I wanted to mention about this movie too is that it's a big important piece of art for Armenians, because Ықyoяtqədağ was an Armenian. He was from Armenia, and so was the guy who made it. And like I looked into it a little more, and like a lot of people do, like it's like, you can't forget about this movie, and like that's why like Criterion ended up restoring it. Like the negatives and the magnetic audio files, like they were just like we can't forget about this movie because it's so important to the Armenian culture. And you see it unfold in the screen. Like there's so much fucking rich culture like on the fucking screen. Like it's so gnarly. And I don't know anything about like the Armenian culture at all. This is like my first glimpse into it. But like I said, it's so beautiful to see that, someone was so stricken with their heart on these scriptures that they wanted to just show the beauty of what it is to feel these things and have you watch them. But yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. It's a pretty short movie too. It's like a little over an hour. But,
no.
Yeah, but it's like it's a beautiful movie, man. Like if you ever feel like watching some surreal like shit, and if you ever feel like visualizing if you ever feel like watching someone visualize poetry like as cinema, and just watch something beautiful, like watch The Color of Pomegranates, because it's like I said, it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful movie. I love it. I'm glad I have it physically. I'll be holding on to it forever.
I just realized that the suggestions we suggested to each other were all physical copies that we had, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Was that the intention?
No. So if you suggest something, try your hardest to find it. If you don't,
Yeah.
Well, that one I remember I mentioned that I was hunting a movie.
Yeah.
And The Color of Pomegranates was one that I was hunting, but a specific one that Second Sight Films released.
Hell yeah, paletas.
Paletas.
Hell yeah.
What's up, dude?
can you hear it?
Yeah, it's okay.
So,
Okay.
anyways, I ended up finding one from like some dude on OfferUp, and I ended up buying it from him. Total weirdo, but
That's what's up.
yeah, it's a really cool. It comes with like a bunch of extras, like a booklet and all that. And I remember I saw it, and the reason I found out about that movie, I was looking up like somebody do like a review on The Holy Mountain or their interpretation of it, and somebody in the comments said, "This movie sucks. It's a ripoff of yeah. It's a ripoff of the Color of Pomegranates." I'm like, I gotta see what that's about, and I'm like, after watching it, like Jodorowsky totally borrowed a shitload of stuff from this
Yeah?
movie. Yeah, I mean,
I could
all
see
the
that.
greats see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like cool. It's after I watched it, I'm like, this is tight. It is like a surrealist Jodorowsky movie, kind of. It has similar vibes, but not at all the same as The Holy Mountain. But
Yeah, because Jodorowsky's surrealism is like, bro.
it's brutal.
Yeah, it's fucking
This is-
gnarly.
This is just beautiful, and Jodorowsky has like beautiful things, but he also has like horrific looking things too. And I don't know, but yeah, that's how I found out about it. I'm like, I gotta look this up, and I saw the trailer, and then I found out that Second Sight had released like their version of it, but I found out about it after it was sold out like everywhere, so I paid a good amount for it.
I hate when that shit happens.
Yeah, but yeah, that was.
So those are my two. Well, who wants to go next?
Well, since Eddie was the last one to talk, you go next. And what did Birdie make you watch?
Go King.
Damn, Brady made me watch The Master by Anderson Thomas Paul.
Paul Thomas. Wait, no, that one was the streaming one, actually, right? You watched that
yeah,
one?
that one was the streamer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I lied.
Yeah. Damn. You're being
trust it.
accountable for your lies, dude.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
That's what's up,
We
dude.
love an accountable king.
Make progress, King. Go whip yourself on the back.
So the master.
After I watched it, dude, immediately I told myself I need to rewatch it.
Really?
I didn't get a chance to, but it's definitely a film that it's like Shrek. It has onions. It has layers. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I trip out because like Eddie's mentioning that movie Shrek because he fucking loves those shits, dude.
Yeah,
like,
no, I know.
Like, dude,
Dude, Shrek is awesome.
I mentioned this before, but I tripped out so bad when I go in his room and he has like a whole thing of like bunch of weird ass movies and like the one thing that pops out is this bulky mess of Shrek movies and I'm like I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey, that's
They're
what's
good
up,
films,
homie.
dude.
I've only seen the first two. So,
I think the third one's the weak one.
oh, okay.
But anyways, I digress. Yeah, it's gonna be a film that's like really like I was taking notes too, and I gave up like halfway. I'm like, it's a film that's like it's too hard to talk about, especially if you don't want to ruin anything.
Yeah.
It's very cerebral. And I don't know, dude. Like, how do you talk about that movie?
Yeah, that's another one where you're just like you're watching everything unfurl on the screen and you're just so captivated and so like
Yeah, it's kind of like if you were to talk about his other movie, like There Will Be Blood. Like,
Yeah.
where do you even start?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's not anywhere near like that movie, but I did enjoy it. It had the main character, Joaquin Phoenix, and Philip Seymour Hoffman.
yeah.
I didn't know he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
People blame this movie for his passing. Because
Really?
I guess at the premiere, he was clean, and they offered him a shot, and he took it, and then he like relapsed.
Oh damn.
And I guess somehow that led to his death or whatever.
Fuck.
That's a whole different story though. But yeah, I don't know how to talk about this movie, dude.
Would you recommend it?
I do.
Did you like it at all?
I did like it.
Yeah. Was it a strong P.T. Anderson movie or was it weak? Or?
I haven't seen. I'm trying to think of the only other movies I know are There Will Be Blood. This one, I didn't know what it was until I put it on. I'm like, oh, okay. As soon as I saw Joaquin Phoenix, I'm like, okay, I know exactly. Like, this has been on my watch list for a while, but I finally like had an excuse to watch it. But I don't know. I would recommend it, but it's like you definitely have to be like in the mood for it. It's very slow. I didn't think it was boring at all, and like I said, it has like I don't know, like it. To me, it felt like it was talking about one person with like three different egos, and that it was like represented on screen.
Okay.
Like it sounds weird to say, but like that to me, that's what it was. And after looking up like people's like interpretations of the film, I'm like, yeah, it kind of makes sense to me. But it's definitely like I said, I can't really talk about it without giving much away.
What did you watch it on?
Was it on Hulu?
HBO Max.
HBO Max. When you had initially recommended it, I thought you were talking about a movie called just Master on Amazon, starring Regina Hall. It was supposed to be like a horror film.
Birdie's like, that's the one I meant.
Who's this P.T. Anderson guy?
But that's the movie I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain this movie.
Yeah.
I did like it. I do want to watch it again because immediately, like I said, like it's one of those films that once you rewatch, you're gonna catch a lot of stuff you didn't.
What kind of person do you think would be interested in a movie like this? Like if you're a fan of what, you would find this
I feel like
interesting?
it's definitely older crowd.
Yeah.
Just I can't see like a young kid putting this on and being like, yeah, like I don't know, man. Like
Wait, so you're saying we're old?
Would you say it's a beautiful movie? Because there was a lot of shots in that movie where I was like,
yeah. There's a lot of good shots. It's just not my style that I like. But I mean, it is a pretty film. It's just that's a thing. Like I mentioned this many times on this podcast. When the movie's like really good, it's hard to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it's just
Yeah.
and it's like not like a fun movie. So it's like you can't like discuss like certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because like I think the first scene, it's like Joaquin Phoenix's character. He's like humping
like a sand.
a lady made out of sand, like on the beach, like the shape of a lady.
Yeah.
And he's like fucking it, not really, but he's like dry humping it.
Dry humping it.
With like a crowd around him. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
So awkward.
Yeah. There's a lot of scenes like that are like, it makes you feel awkward watching it. because there's a lot of like long take shots too, where like Joaquin Phoenix's character is just like being insane,
Yeah.
going crazy, and you're just like a fly on the wall watching him do that. And yeah, he's amazing in this movie. He's like amazing in everything too. So it's like,
How did you come across it,
For
Brady?
real. Cause I just like P.T. Anderson that much. I think I've seen almost all of his movies. Even his most recent one, Licorice Pizza, which I liked a lot too.
that's one that's been on my watch list too.
I like that one a lot.
I didn't like it.
No?
No.
Oh.
You think it was weird?
That's a
The
whole nother
subject matter?
discussion. That's a whole nother discussion. I don't want to get into it right now.
I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. But yeah, I'm just like I like P.T. Anderson's movies a lot because they always resonated with me growing up when I first like found out about like what movies can do to you. You know, not just watching Ninja Turtle. I mean, sorry, not Ninja Turtle, but
Damn. Shots fired?
no,
Dude,
but
fuck
just
you,
gonna
homie.
leap over this table, dude, and fight you.
but just watching like a comic book movie over and over again.
Yeah,
Just like back in our day.
He made the Phantom Thread, right?
Yeah, have
well.
you guys seen that?
I haven't seen that one.
No? Oh.
That one for sure. It's on my watch list.
Dude, watch it.
But
Watch it.
he is definitely a master director.
Yeah, he's like
Like,
the reason I like that guy so much is just because like he's one of those dudes that you just like no one around him can't help but like just try and figure out how he did that and why he did that. And there's always gonna be like a guy in the crowd that's gonna be like, I'm gonna copy you, dude, but I'm gonna make it so much better. And you watch other movies like that, and you're just like, no, dude, I'm sorry, but you're not P.T. Anderson. And like a lot of good directors like run into shit like that. Like I think Ari Aster is like on that level right now, where a lot of people are like, I bet I could make a fucking horror movie like you, bitch. You know?
Yeah.
But they execute it, and then it's just like, I mean, you got the aesthetics right, but your storytelling is way off. You know?
he definitely makes movies that even if you don't like them, like you can't say they're bad or
yeah.
like you just there's no argument in how good they are.
Yeah. Sorry, but I digress as well. I'm just a big P.T. Anderson fan ever since I watched There Will Be Blood and Punch Drunk Love. So
That's one movie I didn't like.
Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
You didn't like Punch Drunk
No,
Love?
I
I love that
dude,
movie,
I
dude.
love that.
I
dude.
love that movie.
When I was
And I
like,
seen it twice, and I just both times I'm like, this sucks, dude.
that movie makes me warm inside, man. That movie is like, it's one of my comfort movies for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I'm feeling down or like I'm just like, oh, I gotta watch that fucking Punch Drunk Love, dude. It's so good.
Just put on Hubie Halloween. Same thing.
But yeah, what's your next one?
All right.
What's your next one,
What's the
King?
one I asked you to watch?
I hate you. Fidel made me watch Dr. Giggles.
That's what's up.
I
Hell yeah.
made it out with my mouth.
Oh, for real? I thought that was a soundboard.
Now this movie I can talk my mouth off.
Do it.
Hell yeah, do it, brother.
That's why I chose
All
it.
right,
That's why I
so-
chose it.
This movie is fucking weird.
Yes.
If it's a 90s movie that feels like an 80s movie.
Yeah.
And it's about a doctor who escapes like a fucking mental institution and goes around like killing people.
Yeah.
And every single time he kills someone, either before or after, he has a one-liner that he delivers. And they're always fucking terrible. But the movie is like, it takes it so serious though, so it's fucking weird. Like, it's kind of self-aware, but not to the point where it's like, I'm just gonna make an insane movie. Like, he'll deliver the one-liner, and it's like cheesy. Like, he'll cut someone's hands off and be like, well, he should have kept his hands to himself. And then he'll have like a stupid giggle and be like,
Oh yeah, Dr. Giggles, homie.
dude, it's so bad.
Fuck yeah.
It's definitely a movie that it's like, I felt weird watching it by myself. Like,
Yeah.
it would have been cooler if you guys were there because it would have made the experience a lot better. But it just don't watch it by yourself. Watch it with
It's a group movie for sure.
Yeah, but it wasn't I say it's a bad movie, but it wasn't. I've seen a lot worse, and this one, like I said, it has some cool effects. The acting was good, surprisingly, and man, I don't know. How did you hear about this movie?
So it was part of my massive VHS collection that I had. Like, I had a VHS collection since I was a kid, and this was one of the ones that whenever my niece or my sister and my niece would come visit us, we'd always do like movie nights or movie day, whatever. Like we just chill, watch movies. And the ones that we would always watch was either Selena or Dr. Giggles.
What?
Yeah. My niece loved Dr. Giggles. Like
Dang.
she thought it was hilarious.
That's tight.
So like that's the memory I have of this movie, and that's why I needed to have it in my collection.
I feel like, yeah, it's definitely like I've heard like little things about this movie and like seen little clips here and there, but I didn't watch it growing up. This is my first time watching it, and I feel like it's definitely like if you watched it as a kid, like you're gonna like it as an adult.
Yeah.
But going into it like never seen it before, like I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like it's just really silly.
It's very silly. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
It's a fun movie.
Have you ever heard of it, Birdie?
Yeah, I've known about that movie since I was a kid, but I just never watched it. And the reason I know about it is because my dad used to like take me to like Hollywood Video when I was like a kid, and I would always see the cover like Dr. Giggles next to like what's it called, that fucking, it was right next to that snowman killer movie, Jack Frost, where it turns into like a happy snowman and then a crazy.
It's one of those like holographic.
Yeah,
whatever.
same one as the one you got for Dr. Giggles. Yeah, like that. They were right next to each other, and I'd always stare at them both and be like, I'm never gonna watch those movies. They look scary. But I've known about that movie since I was a kid, but I never watched it. I never even seen a trailer or any clips. I just know that it's like one of those like 90s like B movie horror.
Yeah.
You know, but looks tight.
We should watch it
Yeah.
as a group.
When I put it on, it was speaking German.
Really?
I was like, what the fuck? You got like a German DVD.
Oh yeah, I did.
And I spent forever trying to figure out how to put the fucking English dubs on. Not dubs, but yeah.
The original dub?
Yeah, so I was just like trying to figure it out. I was getting frustrated. I was about to call it quits, dude. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, I had to buy the German import because of it's like the lenticular cover. Like it was only made in Germany. That's the one I wanted. Yeah. So that's the one I ended up getting. Man, Eddie, you got me into like this physical media again of like DVD or Blu-rays and shit. I hate you, dude.
I hate you.
It's cool, dude.
Yeah, you guys are getting some pretty solid titles under your belt.
I know. If I started off like only steelbooks, now I'm getting media books or limited
I
edition.
told you fucked up. You got Chucky.
Yeah, yeah.
I called it, dude.
You
I'm
did.
like,
You
this is your gateway
Yeah, you did.
into like non-steelbook
You
movies.
did.
Yeah, you smoked weed and now you're on heroin.
That's what's up. I was like browsing that website, Orbit.
They have cool stuff on there.
They have the Warriors, like a special edition steelbook that includes the Blu-ray and the DVD.
Yeah, I have that one, but I have like this really cool one. I haven't opened it yet, but it's from Imprint.
That's the one that's on there.
They have that?
That would have, from what I was looking at, that's
The
the
box
one.
set? It's like a giant box set.
No.
Oh, because that one, it goes for hundreds on eBay now.
Oh,
Because
shit.
it's like out of print. I remember he posted it on Instagram and he was like, hey, like just a heads up, like this is like the last shipment I'm going to get from this. And like they're not in print anymore. And I bought it right away. But yeah, that steelbook, it's cool because, yeah, it has a DVD so you can watch the original one because it's superior to the shitty Blu-ray.
That's what I wanted to ask you. That's why I brought it up, because I know the Blu-rays, it says like the director's extended cut. And I remember you had mentioned one of them is like the one that doesn't have like the comic panels.
That's
Right.
the original.
That's the original.
Yeah.
So the DVD.
So the director of that movie, just really quick, he after years and years after he made it, he felt that it was glorifying gangs. So he thought if he cut certain things out and made like those comic book panels, like in between cuts, that it would be more like a kids movie, I guess.
No, I see what you mean. Yeah.
But it's really dumb, and they have like I love the ending to that movie. It's like my favorite thing about the movie is when they're just walking on the beach with that like John Walsh song playing,
Yeah.
and it's just a long shot. Like while the credits rolling, they're just walking on the beach, like at peace finally. And in the new one or the director's cut, it's just like all comic book drawings, and it's dumb.
Yeah. I've never seen the theatrical cut then.
But
I've only
yeah.
seen the director's cut.
But anyways, yeah, that was Dr. Giggles.
Dr. Giggles.
It's cool for like a movie night for like Halloween or something.
Yeah, like one of those movies, like when we do like pumpkin carvings, just to have it on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
definitely the silliest film I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Because I've just been watching like harsh,
Yeah.
fucked up shit. But
So with that, my movies that I was assigned, I forgot already. So we'll just end the episode here. I'll talk about the first one that I watched immediately the day after we got assigned these, and it was suggested by Birdie, and it's The Rover with Robert Pattinson and Guy Pearce. I had seen this movie, or not seen it, but I have like heard of it. I knew about it, never watched it, and the thing that was always like that I always read about this movie was it was like a not necessarily a breakout, but just like if you want to see Robert Pattinson as more than just the Twilight guy, watch this movie because this was like one of the first ones he did after, right? Yeah. So I put it on. I had no idea it was in like Australian movie, and I think he plays one of the only Americans apparently. But I was watching it and I liked it. I thought it was cool. The tone reminded me of The Proposition, which is another Australian film, more of Western though. And I didn't look up anything about the movie or like even watch a trailer, so I went into it kind of blind. And the world that was being presented to me, I was like, damn, everything's kind of just like run down. And is this just like a really bad, like poverty-stricken world, or is this like post-apocalyptic? I had no idea it was supposed to be post-apocalyptic. And Guy Pearce, I feel, is an extremely underrated actor. Extremely underrated.
Yeah.
This guy has done so much good shit, and nobody talks about him in the same way they talk about people like, I would put him on the same level as like a Daniel Day-Lewis even.
I would say so.
Yeah, because, I mean, this movie, Memento, like, I thought his character, have you seen this movie, The Rover? I thought his character in this movie was awesome. Like, I don't even remember any dialogue really because his presence was just so like powerful in my opinion, you know?
Yeah.
And then the character that Robert Pattinson plays completely surprised me. Was not expecting him to play basically like a Forrest Gump type.
Yeah. Like
I was not expecting that.
Yeah. Like he was reaching, dude.
Yeah, like I thought he was just gonna be like a typical like thug type character because of the way like his brother and like the gang were like, oh, we left my brother behind. They all just seemed like kind of clumsy thugs type.
Yeah.
So I thought he was just gonna be another one like that. But then like when he finally comes to introduce him, I'm like, oh, this guy's kind of like dim-witted. But it works.
Yeah.
Like I did feel like
he's not dumb.
No.
He's not dumb.
He's not dumb.
He's just a little slow.
He's a little. That's why I said like a Forrest Gump type.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Forrest Gump is dumb. He's slow.
He's just a little slow.
Yeah. But the ending with the confrontation with like when he
catches up to his brother.
That I was like, fuck, dude. That was such a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
Such a fucked up situation. And like Guy Pearce's character just having that drive and that motivation just I was like, why the fuck does he want his car back? Like,
that's you're asking yourself the whole movie.
Yeah.
From the time the act kicks off the plot.
Yeah.
You're asking yourself, why is this car so important?
Yeah.
This looks like a 2010 like Subaru like sedan. Like why is this fucking car so important?
Yeah, and like his story kind of becoming uncovered throughout the movie, you kind of get an idea of why it's important, but you still don't really know until like the final scene of the movie. You're just like, fuck.
Yeah, those last like I think like 20 minutes, like you're just like,
yeah,
Jesus, all that.
Yeah.
For that, which it wasn't. I'm not saying for that, like for that. You know, I'm saying like.
I'm so confused right now.
Like he really needed that. And
I think you would enjoy this movie. You should watch it, The Rover.
Yeah, but you're right. Guy Pearce is on some next level shit.
Yeah, dude.
But this movie, like, the most memorable things about these movies is just Guy Pearce and Robert Pattinson, dude.
Yeah.
Like I like the whole post-apocalyptic Australia thing and the way they treated it,
Yeah.
and like a lot of the random characters they all run into, like the person that helps them out, and then that random lady that's just like, "Tell me your name."
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that lady was fucking weird.
When he gets his gun, when he gets
Yeah.
the gun, that scene, I was like, oh shit.
But it was like to me this was like a very indie style Mad Max.
Yes.
Like a very emotional
Yes.
driven Mad Max. Like a very non-action, all the drama Mad Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was just like, Jesus, this one's fucking good, and it's
Yeah.
one of my favorites. Like I have it on Blu-ray because that's how much I fucking love it. Because I was just like, man, I gotta be able to have access to this and watch it whenever I want, you know. But it's so great.
Yeah, I really liked it. I don't know why it took so long to watch it. Because I mean, I'm a big Robert Pattinson fan and a big Guy Pearce fan.
And I watched this like years before people started really talking about Robert Pattinson as a serious actor.
Yeah.
I remember like when Good Time was announced, a lot of people were still kind of like, why is he in a random? Me, I was like, of course, he's so good. Like, have you seen The Rover? Like, of course he would make that movie. But yeah,
It's crazy to me that even when like the Batman was announced, people were still the Twilight guy.
yeah, I feel so bad for that dude because of that.
Yeah.
And I don't care what y'all say, I fucking love the Twilight movies, dude.
I like the Twilight movies.
Yeah, I fucking love those Twilight movies.
They're fucking horrible.
They're horribly good.
That's what you call good storytelling, brother. Except the last movie, I fucking hated it. Okay, just a quick rant on that. It's because I hate the fake out shit.
Me too. And Twilight's responsible for like a lot of the whole like young teenager book adaptations nowadays. From like, because after that, like I feel like Twilight opened the gate for like Hunger Games.
Oh yeah, Hunger Games, Maze Runner.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
and they're the ones. Twilight is responsible for the fucking bullshit that is like the last chapter of the movie being 2 parts.
Yeah.
They're responsible for that shit, and I hate that. And I'm like, just make one movie, man. We don't need a Harry Potter part 1 and 2 of the last movie. You know what I mean? It's like, don't do that.
You know who else is a huge Twilight fan?
Who?
Fern.
Oh, for real?
For real.
Man, that guy knows what's up.
Are you guys just trying to be edgy, or you guys really like that?
No, dude. Like,
No, I like the Twilight movies.
like
They look horrible.
they're horrible.
You're saying they look, so you've never seen them.
No, I've seen the first
No,
one.
dude. Like, I'm not saying like for me, like Birdie the person, like
So on any given day, you would just pop it in and just sit there and be like, "This is tight."
me, yes.
Okay. go
Me
ahead.
do that because me like that. But yeah, like
Okay, for me, I wouldn't be like, I'm gonna watch Twilight right now. Like I'm gonna watch one of those movies right now. That was not. But if somebody like, hey, you want to watch Twilight? Like, fuck it, I'm down.
And you would enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right.
it was like Twilight had a lot to do with me, like growing up too. Like after like post high school and shit, because like all the cute girls around me were like so in love with that shit, and like I could never escape it.
Yeah.
But like I'm not gonna lie, that franchise holds like a special place in my heart, which is why I like it so much.
But going back to the
But I'm not saying they're like epic, like they're fucking well written.
No,
the
dude,
cinematography.
it's on record, dude. You guys think it's a good movie? Movies?
Okay. They're entertaining.
No.
They're
No.
entertaining.
You said they're good.
I'm sticking to my shit. They're fucking good
All
movies.
right.
No, I'm backpedaling. I'm backpedaling as fuck.
But this is what I'm saying though. They're good movies to me. To me, bro. Like,
I don't know, man. The CGI is horrible. Cinematography is horrible.
Oh, the
acting is horrible.
I guarantee you, they like. I can't even name who directed each movie. I don't
I
even know
can.
who wrote them.
Wasn't it the same director?
I don't even know.
I think it was the same director for each one.
These movies were not cinematically resonating with me.
Because well, I know at least for the first one is the same director as 13 and Lords of Dogtown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, that kind of makes sense because a lot of the camera shots are pretty similar. But yeah, I mean, I don't recommend you watch them, Eddie.
Yeah, I know Eddie.
Yeah.
I've seen
you-
the first and the last one. I was just like, this is garbage.
Well, going back to the whole thing, the fake out on the last one.
Yeah.
I know why it was done because like Anna, she's a huge Twilight fan, so she's explained to me why it was done.
Oh really?
Yeah, like
Can you give me the tea?
well, from my understanding is just because the way it ends in the book is boring.
Oh.
So they added that battle sequence, which I thought was pretty awesome.
But I could do without it.
Well, okay, so the thing that I hate is the whole fact that it wasn't real.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Yeah, that's
because
what I
that
hated
shit was
about
pretty epic, and the fact that they like got rid of a very, very important character that was like.
You guys thought that last fight scene in Twilight movies was epic.
I didn't say epic.
I didn't say epic.
You said epic
I
right
didn't say
now.
epic, dude.
It was pretty epic. You said it.
All right, it was epic.
There you go.
I thought it was cool. Hey, quit hating, Eddie. Quit being a fucking hater, homie.
Nah, let him hate.
Hey, you like
I
Kung
gotta-
Pao, right?
Go ahead and miss out on this French
Kung
ass.
Pao's a masterpiece.
Fuck Kung Pao. I'll say that shit right now.
Nah,
My name is Fidel Medina.
I don't back that up.
So going to my second was a great family film that Eddie recommended to me, which I recommend everybody needs to watch with the whole family. Gaspar Noé's Irreversible. Fuck this movie, dude. Fuck this movie. Overwhelming to the senses in every aspect you can think of, visually, sonically. It made me nauseous. It made me want to get up and stop watching it twice throughout the movie, which never really has happened to me. And I've watched a Serbian film a bunch of times with you.
Yeah. See, that's why I tell people like the Serbian film isn't that bad. Like it's
still bad.
The subject matter is like what
It's still
it's like
pretty
a
bad.
taboo thing, and it's like it freaks everyone out. But Gaspar Noé is a dangerous fucking director, man.
I think what it is with this one is because the Irreversible compared to a Serbian film, Irreversible feels real.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it hard. That's what makes it hard to watch. That's what makes it hard to just take in. Cause like that sexual assault scene, dude.
It's brutal.
It's fucking brutal. It's long. It upset me in a way where I was just like, I need to turn this off now. But like I don't know. I don't know what to say.
So the first time I watched this movie, I had already like known about him, and I had already known what was gonna happen in this movie.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, I'm like, this guy is fucking insane with his camera work.
Oh my God, dude.
He is just a master at that.
It was baffling.
I don't know how they did it. I don't know how, but
Because we even discussed afterwards, like ideas of how it could have done.
there's
But
no
then we're
drones
like,
back
oh,
then.
but what about this though?
yeah. So that's the cool thing about him. It's definitely a movie that's an experience. It's not like a movie that you'll watch to have fun.
Not at all.
So
Not at all.
yeah, it's definitely gonna make you feel a lot of different emotions throughout the whole thing. And like I said, I honestly think he is one of the best working directors out right now. I think he is an amazing director. I think he's pushing the boundaries of what can be done behind the camera. And I think every movie that he has made, it's so like different from one another, and everyone is a different like emotion. But all his movies always pack a fucking punch. And this movie is like no exception. It's always on like the top like 10 most disturbing films. Like it's always on there. And for good reason, it is a disturbing movie.
Yeah.
And it's not something.
You
Go
good?
on.
You good?
Yeah.
It's not something you could recommend to anyone.
No.
The only people I would recommend this movie, it's like if you love cinema, like if you really like,
If you're a cinephile.
yeah, like if you like trying to figure out how they do certain shots, just crazy lighting. I was hoping Fidel would get a seizure during the movie.
Thanks.
Just to have
Thanks.
something cool to talk about, but he didn't.
Well,
Thanks
I
a
mean,
lot,
lucky
Fidel.
for you.
Yeah, are you really epileptic, dude?
I was never properly diagnosed. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that.
Okay.
But I used to have seizures when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
And the last seizure I had, I was, I believe, 4. And like, from what I've been told by like my sisters and my mom,
Yeah.
that seizure was like, could have ruined me, I guess. Because if it would have lasted a couple seconds longer, I would have been a vegetable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's disturbing.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like 4 years old or something.
Wow. And you haven't had like a seizure since?
No, but I get scared sometimes, especially with like flashing lights, because I'll start feeling like a little dizzy, and because I don't know, obviously I don't have memories of them, so I don't know what they feel like when they're about to come on. You know, only whatever I've read or seen videos of. So sometimes, like if I'm seeing flashing lights or like just something, just visually like overwhelming, it makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, you're like, oh, hope this doesn't trigger something.
And I have never ever felt that way watching a movie, like with strobe lights, or even being at a show with strobe lights. Never have felt that way.
That one Pokemon episode.
Didn't feel that way. The ending of this movie made me feel that way.
Yeah,
I legitimately had to like look down because as I was watching it, because I wanted to see how long I can last just watching the ending of this movie.
I was doing that too. I was like, come on, I can do it.
And the way
I turn around, you guys are both all.
the only way I can describe what I was seeing was whatever was being shown on the screen, like the flashing, like black and white. That's all I was seeing. There, not even like I couldn't even see Eddie or you in my peripherals. It felt like I was being engulfed into a dome. So I had to look down because it was making me really nervous.
So, for the ones that don't know about this movie, it's shot in reverse order.
Basically, yes.
So it even starts out with the credits,
which I thought the way he did that was fucking awesome, because it starts off with the ending credits, like the very end of the ending credits. It goes up until you get to like the top billing cast, but as it's going up, it like starts tilting.
Yeah,
and it like transitions into the camera work. And I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude.
And like, it doesn't get stable until like maybe 20, 30 minutes into the movie. Because before that, everything is just very frantic, and just the angles and the way the camera's moving is baffling, dude.
The camera motion goes along with the images.
Yeah.
So it does start out like really frantic. And as the movie goes to its climax, or the beginning in this case.
Climax?
Damn.
it starts slowing down and it becomes more stable.
Yeah.
And like there's the scene where they go to the Rectum, which is like a gay club,
Yeah.
like, where everyone's just having an orgy.
Yeah.
And the camera during that scene is insane. It's nonstop moving. And it kind of makes you feel disoriented a little bit.
And then the music,
and the music is it's like pounding,
which was intended to make people feel disoriented, from what I've read. I think you told me that too.
In the very beginning, there's a noise. You can't really hear it. It's like a low frequency noise. And he put that in the beginning, like the first 20 minutes of the film, to, I guess that frequency, like riot squads use it for like protests, because I guess it causes nausea in humans. And that was only like in the first 20 minutes of the film, because he just wanted the people to feel uneasy.
I had read about that too. And like, I guess he did it intentionally for where you can hear it in the theater.
Yeah.
So even if you have like your home theater system or like that, like you won't hear it. But if you're like in a theater and that shit's blasting, like, oh, you're gonna feel something.
You could hear it on mine, because the first time I got my copy, I played it, and I can feel it, and I noticed that my cats were like looking around, like they didn't know what the fuck it was. But if you had just like walked in, you kind of wouldn't notice anything.
Yeah.
And I had posted my cats acting like really fucking weird. But just like, yeah, it's strange, dude. But
they're just chilling with sunglasses on, or
they're just
they're like, man, this movie's lit.
So yeah, and as the movie progresses, like I said, the camera gets a lot smoother, calmer. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but like when it finally does get to like the rape scene, the
essay scene.
Yeah.
Essay?
The full scene?
The full scene?
So the camera completely stops moving.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a metaphor for like, it wants you to feel what she's feeling, where you just can't fucking move. Like you're stuck there, and you have to experience this horrible thing along with her.
And it's so fucking long, dude.
It's long. You got to give it, like, the fact that she did not need therapy, or she might have, I don't know. But it's a crazy scene, and it doesn't shy away from like anything. Like you see it all.
Yeah.
And it's right there. There's even like during that scene, somebody had like it's like it takes place in this tunnel that's all red.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to like represent, I guess, like a woman's uterus. And somebody walks in
Yeah, you see them in the background, like in the distance.
and they kind of realize what's going on, and they just like slowly like back away and just leave.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awkward. I just noticed that too, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, it just kind of makes you wonder, like, what would you do if you walked in and you saw that? Like, would you try to help out? Would you like freak out and walk away? Like, and it's weird because like you think it's one of those movies that as it goes on, it slowly gets worse and worse. And even after that scene, you're like, all right, it can't get any worse. Like, there's nothing else that's gonna like happen after this. But then it reveals that something was up.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it because I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but it packs another punch at the end, and you're like, oh my God. Like, that made the whole thing even worse when you look back at it. And, like, I'm telling you, like, you're just like, okay, I just witnessed the most horrible thing, and you find out something at the end, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
It makes it even worse. And the whole thing about this movie, it's like time destroys everything.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that in the beginning and at the very end. And I feel like when I think of Gasper, like I think that saying just kind of always sticks with me and him. Like it just, I can't hear that, you know, time destroys everything without thinking about him. And that kind of goes for like all his movies, like literally all his movies. Like you could apply that saying to all of them and it would make sense.
I could have swore that I've seen at least one of his other films, and I haven't. This is the only film of his I have seen.
I there's other ones that I think you'd like. That like, dude, I'm telling you, Climax is one of my favorite movies of the past 10 years. It's my favorite film of his. It's just a masterclass in like directing because he is insane in this movie. Like it's a crazy film. And that's like one that I want to watch with you guys. Just I haven't seen it in a while, but I don't physically own that because I'm waiting for something cool to get released by it. But
you have that one, don't you? Climax?
No. But
this was your first Gaspar Noé film.
yeah,
also,
dude,
right?
it was. I've heard that guy since like high school.
Yeah.
And like other like film nerds around me, like growing up, would always like hype him up, and I would always hear him about his work, but I never got around to seeing it just because like I just for some reason it just never happened.
Yeah.
But after watching Irreversible, I fell in love.
Yeah.
I plan on watching all his films, but it's
so what's wrong with you?
but I just like it kind of solidifies that whole thought in my head where it's just like, man, these foreign directors are on some fucking next level shit, dude.
What do you mean he's from Riverside?
Which part? How the fuck do Riverside people talk like that?
I like watching interviews with him because he's like so down to earth.
Yeah.
But he's also like, there's this cliche that it's like, don't shit on people. And like, everyone calls me a hater because I'll say a movie sucks and stuff. But it's like, no, like I just have an opinion.
But yeah, it's okay to say it sucks.
Yeah, but like,
I personally don't like saying something sucks.
See,
that's just me though.
Yeah, like,
That's
but
me.
it's like I feel like the majority of people are like that.
Yeah.
Like they don't want to put down anything, but he'll be like, "Oh yeah, that movie was garbage," but I feel like he's not really narcissistic, but he kind of like, I feel like he's done enough work to where he's like he knows that it's like, all right, like I kind of made a splash, and like I can justify talking shit.
Yeah.
Like there's that famous thing that I posted and like people were like talking shit where he's like talking about the Black Panther. He's like, I walked out after like the first 20 minutes. It was a horrible movie. He's like, the army music sucks.
The hip hop is the movie is so terrible, so terrible.
And then he like goes on to saying like, oh, I hated Star Wars. Like he fucking hates Star Wars. He just hates sci-fi. He's a real filmmaker. And
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like I remember I posted like something, I mentioned a film.
He's French, right?
He's not French. He grew up in France. He is
American?
he's Moroccan.
He's lesbian.
It just slipped my head. Portuguese, I think.
Oh, wow.
Something like that. Yeah, but he moved to France like at a young age, and he comes from like a really artistic background. Like his dad was like a famous painter, and like I forgot what his mom did, but he creates art. I can say that. But anyway, I posted something. And I called the movie a film or something, and Mia had commented. He's like, call it a movie, you fucking nerd. And
Dude,
I'm
Mina's
just like,
hilarious, dude.
yeah, it was funny, but at the same time, just like it got me thinking. Like people really don't realize that there's two different. Like those are two different things. Like you can look up the definition. They're two completely different things.
Yeah.
Like, and I kind of explained to her, and she's like, "Well, it's a movie, blah blah blah." But I'm like, no, it's two different things. The movie and the film are
Yeah,
completely
we get
different.
you're a nerd.
Yeah. But it's like I'm telling you, dude, I'm going all in when it comes to just being a fucking
That's cool, dork.
a cinephile.
Cinephile.
Yeah. Like I don't know, man. I want to bring back bullying. I told you, dude. I want to bully all these fucking people that are into shit.
Eddie the bully, dude.
Yeah, the nerd bully, dude.
The bully, bulio. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's an experience, dude. I doubt you're gonna like forget about this experience.
Yeah.
And
I put it as far as like movie watching experiences. I put it on the same level as the first time I watched Martyrs. Like that for because it was just like
disturbing art is memorable, dude.
yeah, and like I'll give it to it. It's an achievement. I respect and I acknowledge the work that went into it. Damn, I'm making you throw up. What's going on?
No, this fucking kombucha, dude. It's like making me throw up.
Super bubbly.
Yeah.
Like yeah, and I like that. I don't like that he put a rape scene in there, but like I like that he made it realistic to the point where it's not even glorifying it. It's just like
it's showing you the horrors of it.
You're definitely watching that being like, I don't like this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even I was like hesitant because you had asked me like, "Oh, are you gonna stay and watch it with me?" I'm like, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna say it just because I want to make sure Fidel watches it. And you know what? I'm gonna say I'm proud of you, Fidel. You didn't even go on your phone.
Because that's how invested I was.
Yeah. Except for Birdie was on his phone a lot.
I wasn't.
But yeah, it's like I said, man. If you never want to watch it again, I totally get it. But it's like at least it's memorable.
Yeah.
And you can say like I experienced this and I plowed
Yeah,
through
it
it.
sounds like he's breaking up with you.
I know, right?
You know, we're gonna remain friends though. Dude.
Because that's not me, it's you.
You're into shit films, dude.
I think I like pretty cool.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention about Irreversible, because the first piece of music you hear,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I love that. And then I found out that Thomas Bangler made the music.
Oh, that's right.
He's the other half of Daft Punk.
Yeah.
He's a huge Daft Punk like dude.
Yeah, because that's why I asking, is Gabriel French? Because the Daft Punk guys, they're from France.
They're
Like,
from France,
they're French
yeah.
as fuck.
They're from French.
But I think he used them for this, and I don't know if he used them for Climax, because I know Climax is very musically,
Yeah.
like,
Well, what Eddie would probably know.
What?
The music for Climax.
There's Daft Punk in it.
But I like, do you know who did it? Who did the music? Like the score and stuff?
Watch the movie because there's something interesting happens with that.
Okay.
Something that I've never seen in a movie, and I'm just like, this motherfucker, dude, this director, man.
All right.
but I also wanted to mention that because, I mean, I love Daft Punk so much.
I like Dad Punk too.
But it's so gnarly because a lot of this shit connects a lot because Thomas being from Daft Punk and having made the score for Irreversible. Well, before I do this, give me a minute.
No.
Press pause.
Those.
One thing I wanted to ask you, Eddie, is why?
Why did I choose that movie?
No, why do you like these kind of movies?
Because I'm so desensitized
Yeah.
to most movies, and after like just going all in on these art films, like I can't like go from that to I don't know, freaking Captain America, and like
It's
I
so
don't
hard.
feel anything. Yeah.
Once you dive in, it's like you drown, dude. Like it's hard to come back up.
And like I said, now that I do like I eventually like I want to do short films and things like that. Like I'm always looking at the way cameras move, lighting, like just techniques and shit. And like no matter what film I'm watching, whether it's a kids movie, an art film, like whatever it is, like I'm always like after that. And which I was like glad to see in the new Evil Dead movie. Like it felt like a Sam Raimi film.
Yeah, I did.
And just the camera work. And I'm like, for a sec, I didn't know who directed. I'm like, did he direct this? Because there's a lot of shots. I'm like, this is like such a Sam Raimi shot.
Yeah.
So it's cool because like now I can be like, oh, this is a Gaspar Noé shot. This is a Sam Raimi shot. Like every director has like their thing, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I was to do something, like I want to be known for something, and you know, pushy.
His movies suck.
They're the shit, you know. But
They smell like shit.
but did you find out what you're gonna find out, Birdie?
Yeah, I was gonna do this thing where I suggested it to one of you guys, but that literally confirmed to me that it's almost impossible to find a way to watch it. But anyways,
That's what's up.
Thomas, being from Daft Punk and having made the score for Irreversible for Gaspar Noé, those guys actually made their own movie that was very Daft Punk, but when you watch it, like it's like there's no Daft Punk in it.
Yeah.
It's all fucking like gnarly, no dialogue. And I remember watching it when I was like it was like a little while after I dropped out of high school, and I watched it on YouTube because I remember back in the day, YouTube you could watch movies like part one,
Yeah.
like I watched it like that. I remember after watching it, I was like, damn, that's fucking gnarly. But if you guys find a way to watch it, I suggest you do, even if it's on YouTube, like the way that I watched it back in the day. But it's called Øltrauma.
Okay. Like trauma, like traumatized.
Yeah, Øltrauma. But it was made by the Daft Punk guys. But you can see the fact that these guys were very much involved with other filmmakers, because this fucking movie, it's like a short film, but man, is it sad. It's got so much like shit in it that you're just like, I can't believe these two guys who are like responsible for making like these poppy house hits from like the 90s to the early 2000s made this.
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking gnarly. But people listening too, like if you like that type of nuanced shit, it's like, man, like look up Øltrauma. Like it's so fucking gnarly to me. I haven't seen it since, but man, like, and I looked, I once in a while I'll look on the internet to see. I mean, you can still find like the physical copies, probably for like $100 or something. But yeah, you guys should look it up when you get a chance. But I like the fact that these genres and people are so connected with each other. You know, like Thomas working on Irreversible, and then Thomas and Gaminuel like making their own fucking like art house nuanced movie. It's gnarly. And like I said, when you watch the movie, there's no fucking Daft Punk tracks in it. Like. And they made like some music videos back in the day that like it's like, oh, that's a Daft Punk music video. But when you watch the movie, it's like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah.
You know? It kind of reminds me of that other movie that George Lucas made, THX.
Mm.
Yeah, like that.
I've never seen that.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but yeah.
That was kind of boring to me.
And a lot of people would watch Øltrauma too and be like, nothing happened.
Yeah.
But once you get really into it, you realize like this was a pretty sad story.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So,
Would you recommend it to anyone?
no, unless, like you said, people who are interested or like cinephiles and find fascination and like find appreciation in filmmaking, like then definitely this is a must watch.
Yeah.
Just because of how it was made, like that's the only way I can describe it as baffling.
Yeah.
Like the camera work in this movie.
Can you would you recommend this movie to like anyone? Like
No, anyone, no.
I mean, well, I said it. I would just recommend it to people that are into like filmmaking.
Okay, all right.
So what I just said, but from what you just said,
From what I said earlier, yeah.
yeah, that's what I meant.
So what did you guys say?
And on that note, we're looking to replace Birdie. So if anybody, but no, I like this. I like this little homework assignment thing that you came up with.
I think next time we should like give us at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I got stressed, dude. I was like, oh man.
Well, that
Well, actually, no, because that kind of that puts the pressure on.
Man.
You got to do it.
nah, let's do 2 weeks.
1 week.
Well, if we give each other movies now,
Well, how about we do 2 weeks just so we can keep it fresh for like the audience. That way we're not talking about movies constantly.
Yeah, no.
So we can suggest stuff for each other right now, and then next time, the next episode, we just chop it up about some random shit.
We don't have to do it right now.
Yeah, I want to think about this one.
Yeah,
I mean, we could
I,
do it
well,
off,
I don't.
off the record, and
Yeah.
when we talk about like, okay, he
Off
suggested
the record,
this.
damn.
Off the record, you're not even a real journalism, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was an interesting discussion. Well, yeah, yeah.
It was interesting.
Hey, is that the beanie I gave you?
No.
I don't give a fuck. No, I'm as much as I hate the fact that I had to watch Irreversible after the fact I've watched it. I love the fact that I finally watched that movie. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. It's like martyrs, dude. You feel stronger. You come out stronger.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Hey, be serious.
No.
But Eddie's right, because like I said, the reason I this idea kind of popped in my head is because I hate the fact that I'm losing my love for film. You know,
I feel like I've been feeling the same way, but recently I feel like I'm gaining it back.
and man, I feel like I overdid it because I watched like another movie that I wasn't assigned, but I watched it and I was like, I'm fucking breaking.
Damn, homie.
Like I'm fucking
What
breaking.
the fuck?
Damn, Fidel's farting.
Like I'm fucking breaking my brain right now, but I'm loving it. You know, like
Yeah.
loading it up with all this.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, an airplane just flew in front of our front yard.
That's what
Helicopter.
happens when you live in the hood.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I hate about this neighborhood. Like it's a beautiful neighborhood, but you walk 2 blocks a certain direction and you're hitting the hood, homie.
That's what's up. That's what's up. No, but yeah, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Probably wasn't important.
No, I was just mentioning how I just love the fact that we're doing this because.
Oh, you felt like you were overdoing it though, right now.
Oh yeah, because I had watched fucking Beau's Afraid.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm overdoing it, but I
Yeah.
love it. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to underdo it.
Yeah, like I'm like me, I'm not doing the whole fucking binge watching shows like I usually do. I've been trying to just watch a movie instead. Like either a movie I haven't seen in a long time or a movie I haven't seen at all. And then another thing I noticed I've been doing is like I've been listening to like full albums of music instead of playlists at work, which I usually would just do a playlist.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm listening to full albums now and it's making me kind of analyze what I'm listening to and kind of get a better appreciation and understanding of what exactly I am listening to. And that definitely is, in my opinion, helping with my attention span.
I feel like that's the importance of like vinyl.
Yeah.
Like you appreciate it so much more.
Yeah. And that's why you sold yours, right?
Yeah. I hate
So you're a
music.
poser.
I hate music, dude.
But shout out to you, Eddie, because
Oh yeah.
Nah, fuck this guy.
the color of pomegranates, it's like
This guy stinks!
It's one of those movies, dude, that you watch and you kind of get pissed and you're like, how the fuck did I not like? Why is no one talking about this? Why is
Yeah,
this not like
yeah.
brought up like more? Because it's an
Exactly.
achievement, dude.
yeah. But man, shout out to you for making me watch that movie because like I needed that, man. I needed to break that fucking mold that I created in my brain where it was like, don't watch shit like that. It's fucking boring, you know? Like, but after watching that movie, I was like, oh my God. I don't know. It was like having sex again after like 20 years or something. It's like, damn, this feels fucking bomb. I can't believe I haven't done this in so long.
I don't know, I'm a virgin.
Same.
But yeah, shout out to you, homie.
Oh yeah. Shout me out, dude.
Fuck Eddie Samk.
All right. This end is just dragging on so much, dude.
One more thing. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Peace out, kings.
Find our links in the description. Yeah, you guys know the drill. See you guys later.
Keep moving, keep moving, go, keep flowing, keep moving steady.